Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they've arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service? Ha! You already done... Wait, what was this guy's voice? This guy's voice was like, you already done more than enough. If I had to say though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about elegant technology. You there, the lad with the red eyes and the matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. It's true, he does. Ha! If only Master Kokol knew how right he was. While he and Graha establish a rapport, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond our terms of the arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. And, if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hammett's lousy with researchers and school your times, busy themselves preparing for the Exodus. Ah! I need lots of help and all that. Well, off we go. Thank you so much for all those gifted subs and whatnot. Now you're back in jail. You put yourselves there. I shall endeavor to provide Master Kokol with whatever information he should require. I'll admit, without the refined adamantite, I ain't got no bloody clue how else I could get the ether burner performing any better. If you lot don't come up with the goods, you ain't buggered. Is it possible for a sneeze to ruin your vision? I sneeze so hard my eyes are like, what? What are we looking at? Are we in a fantasy world? Woo! What are we doing right now? Are we in a fantasy? What's happening? This choco butt. Oh, wiggle, 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 yeah? Oh, wiggle, 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 yeah? So we haven't been to the direct center yet, which is probably a dungeon, one would imagine. Oh, no, I don't want to... In order to protect the secrets of the central circuit, the researchers must navigate a bewildering maze of paperwork before they're permitted to return to the surface. I suppose it's no different than any other aspect of Charlene society. We do love our bureaucracy. It's very much a mirror of the city above, which is perhaps how it came to be called Charlene Hamlet. What a quaint little settlement this is. A shame it's hidden underground. I don't mind a bit of heavy lifting, but I draw the line at paperwork. So much as wave a sheaf of documents at me and I'll put a lance through it. As surprised as I was to learn the foreign plan to send everyone to the moon, I can't imagine how the common folk must feel about it. No, they're pretty alright. Do mine senses deceive me? In the shadow of yon corner. One can but hope this leadeth not to mischievous undertakings. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna let it unfold. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scarlock Monterchain mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally, without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the Aetheryte once our work is done. Okay, you're out of the thing. Vexed veterinarian, eh? Perfect. Excuse me, sir. I couldn't help but notice that you've a way about you that simply screams I have an affinity for creatures of the wilds. And since I'm never wrong about such things, might I trouble you? You see, amongst the troops of trolls living in the outer circuit, I came upon one who was sick beyond measure. I took the poor creature in at once and saw him healed, of course. But when I attempted to return him to his rightful home, he flew into a panic, as if he could not bear the thought of going back. To make matters worse, the troll saw fit to escape into a den of Analis. Analis? Analis. I would go after him, but I'm so fumble-footed, I'll scare him off like as not and be torn limb to limb from my pains by the fiends. So I turn to you. Yeah, I'll do it. I have other things to say. No, I'll do it. Okay. Why did I go this way? Like that was a solid strategy. What the hell? They just decided to bring these guys down here too? Are these new enemies? I've never seen this before in my life. Are you new? Oh, they're from the Fringes? Boy, do I not remember this guy at all. Must not have spent a lot of time killing trees. That guy just wanted to save Middle Earth. Get over here and attack me, you big idiots. Yes, the slow whittle down of the paladin. Grr. That's me, I grr. What is this? No troll can resist a fruit of this ripe in more than one way, according to your olfactory senses. Oh, it's ripe in more than one way, rather than no troll can resist. You know what? Sure. Sure. I was like, what are you trying to say about trolls? But they were trying to say about fruit. not trolls. I think that's what it was saying. Why not both? He's not gonna bone the fruit, Jesse. No, I didn't think he was gonna bone the fruit. What are you talking about? I thought it meant that the fruit stank. Look, he's returned. I can't thank you enough. I know they may not look it, but trolls are really quite intelligent. Indeed, they are an intrinsic part of the woodlands of Labyrinths and keep it healthy and thriving. Though we've a responsibility to put down the more violent, unruly ones, most trolls, such as this one, are kind, docile things. In fact, my friend here has a real chance of becoming leader of his tribe, perhaps even guardian of the forest someday. Yeah, no, this shit ain't gonna happen. Anyway, have my reward. What the? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, gravy. Collection. Is it down here? Really? Oh, Jesse. Master Potion, I was ahead of the Aporia. This is believed I continue to learn or so. Okay, great. So it's somewhere back in here. They probably didn't think I'd be on this quest for 8,000 years. Oh, hello. Are you one of the new helpers? Working on the ether burner? Oh dear. I hear things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I choose that over my current duties, checking and loading samples day in, day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. The form's got enough on their plate as it is. What with deciding who gets to board the Ark and when, a lot of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Fulchino and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? No, that's why they're so grumpy. Open the Ark. Even with all the power Master Coco's managed to squeeze out of the ether burner, it's still not enough, apparently. And now I hear the final days have arrived. Horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only begun the exodus sooner. People are dying and there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan and all will be well. Offering to help? That's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents myself. It's mostly lists of things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose as our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous looming giants, which I would much prefer something small and fluffy, like that padded rabbit that ran by. Then you're in luck, lady. What about these guys? Nope, They vanished. They disappeared. Fajola. Pasta fajola. You know what? Now that I know that you were designed to be so cute on purpose, I love it. I love it. Oh, hello. Hello, fellow rabbit. Shh. Soon we'll replace them all and take over. Then it is time. Then the revolution begins. Lala for life. What? Huh? It would appear the Labyrinths have infiltrated Charlian's most heavily guarded facility. How? I know not. What joy to sample the lights of Etheris! Much marvelous it is to see you again. You'll be pleased to hear that I've learned much since our fascinating discussion at the Curatorium. It's all thanks to Urion J, you see. He's taught me the finer points of cooking, which, despite my name, I knew very little about. So many dishes, so many hard-to-pronounce words. Actually, I was rather hoping he'd show me how to bake an Archon loaf. They're quite popular, I hear, though it doesn't sound like it contains any flavor to speak of. Still, that's the sort of thing you kinds enjoy. I'll make enough. No! No! Run! Run away! Crikey! What was this guy's voice? I was not expecting to see you. No, that's not. Expecting to see you here, little. What was this man's voice? This was the deep one? I don't remember what this voice was. I'm sorry, I didn't have a chance to say goodbye and for having those other Labyrinths attack you. Oh no, this is the normal voice. Oh, this is growing away. Hear the normal voice. You're right. You're right. This isn't mapping way. You're right. This guy's voice was literally terrible misunderstanding that. Not to worry though, as I have since recovered from the rather savage beating you administered. They bear you no ill will. Well, perhaps a little, on account of the savagery. But time heals all wounds. Most anyway. I love that the game roasts you for beating the shit out of the rabbits. That's so funny. Fancy meeting you here, little. Our friends in the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is Etheris itself, though we now found ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. Yeah, they love it. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all the time to prepare and they're still not ready? I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Urion J and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, engaged in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? Am I about to walk these cutie pies around? You know what? This is one escort quest I can get behind. Or rather, they'll get behind me. A tour of Labyrinths. An unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Bestway's burrow, 'twould be in our best interest to have the Labyrinths acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal by their Charlian collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspective. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture? What a marvelous idea! Might we begin with the great big what's it over yonder? Terrible. Truly awful. Ah, yes, the what's it? I shall leave its explanation to little. Stop laughing, Urianger. Stop laughing! All very intriguing. But where are the food preparation stations? What was your word for it? Kitchens? That reminds me, Puddingway, our newly appointed chief of pudding research, a discipline he himself founded after sampling Urianger's delights, has gone in search of Aetheris' ultimate sweet treat. Well, provided it's a pudding, as that's all he ever talks about these days. Have you seen him? My word, what magnificent architecture! Such immaculate curvature! To make several adjustments to my work if I'm to match this degree of craftsmanship, I shall leave no corner unrounded! Considering Sinew and Growway's specialities, I expect them to pay full attention to your explanations, which I'm sure will be most informative. Goodness me! To build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous! Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features? Could I? Alright, the most important features. I don't know what that is. Elevators? It's a little hard to see from here, but is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. Ah! That must be for purifying water drawn from above. Below! Whatever, make up words, Jesse! I will. I will continue to do so. What are you going to do, judge me? Can't even judge. You aren't even going to get the judge. What is this? That looks like the trees in Greatest Endsvale. Hold on. Bit of a strange shape. Thin at the bottom, but big, round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced, too. Now it makes sense. That's where they store the water. Is there any, like, Easter eggs? Uh-oh. Wait, what? You observed in another time, another place, was approved. Somehow. Are you sure he didn't just follow me through the portal? Are you sure that dude just didn't follow me through the portal there? oh, time paradox. What'd I tell you? We created a time paradox. Frankly, I'm here for it. Metallic tube. This tube? Is that water I hear from inside the great big tube? It must be because of those cogs and giant wheel at the top. Oh, I see! That's how they draw up the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside, too. Oh, the music stopped? Oh my god. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! A brilliant design in its simplicity, I dare say. It would take only a moment to install in even the harshest environments. For us Labyrinths, that is. Indeed. Securing a reliable source of water is the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that peoples of Viera sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thavnair are built near an oasis. So, wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear. I won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on far more than we anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphino spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logistation Alpha. Did he not? Mayhap the Labyrinths will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid. We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlian Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? Wait, wrong voice, whatever. A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of this settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, to many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth, Labyrinths may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way, and entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. Don't worry, I'll take care of them rabbits. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way, to the water extraction, what's it? They are getting their money's worth on Labyrinths. They're getting their money's worth. They're like, look, we're not going to just put them on the moon. What you two looking at? Trouble? Is it, what's his face? Too soon, Executus? It is! Oh, soon! I keep thinking I'm Red Mage, so I'm, like, trying to attack from far away. Like, somehow that's helpful. Too soon, Executus. I know I still can. It's not, the buttons are not in the same place. I keep pressing 2 because that's my starter on my Red Mage. I say, that fiend had a mind to feast on roasted lobbery. Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction wasn't worth these harrowing experiences. As part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if it's all the same to you. Well, this is a click right now until I hit 90, then I'm going to have to rearrange my hotbars. I'll have to rearrange my hotbars. Why is music so dramatic? Because we're doing something dramatic, but not really anymore. We were trying to, like, make it sure... we were trying to make sure that, I don't even know. We were trying to, like, get an engine to work. It was really dramatic because, like, we have to escape the planet. But then, like, at the same time that we're showing around rabbits. So, you know. Let's get moving. That building looks nice, solid, and safe. You've done well to see those two here safely. They can mean to be skittish at the best of times, so I'm pleasantly surprised they didn't run off and get themselves killed. I couldn't help but notice the distinct lack of carrots along the way, or many of the other vegetables I was expecting to see, though I did catch a glimpse of some sort of bipedal tomato charging about. Must be my imagination. No, those guys are dicks. That was all very exciting, but I'd rather not do it again. Wait, how exactly were we planning to head back later? My friends, I bid you welcome to Logisticon Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the lift's top. Pray, follow me. Can't believe this is just Little JC and the Labyrinths with Urion J. On this occasion, it would behoove us to seek the counsel of those qualified to describe the workings of the apparatus, so they may also be in possession of schematics or other useful documentation, should the Labyrinths request them. As the forum's esteemed guest, it is unlikely that they would be refused, yet thou knowest as well as I the changeable dispositions of Charlian bureaucrats. Forgive me for asking, but are we any closer to the kitchens? Come to think of it, why am I even here? Atmospheric manipulators are hardly my area of expertise. That was terrifying, but at least the scenery was more pleasant than was in Garlemald. As a first impression of Aetheris, it was far from favorable. Anyway, onwards and upwards, quite literally in the case here. As I understand, places like Labyrinthos are the exception, rather than the rule. You don't all build enormous underground living spaces like this, surely? Marvelous! Simply marvelous! So, this is where the... I got their voices mixed up, doesn't matter. Or science, rather, takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind of inhabitant, for you kind to inhabit. Shit. Apparently, most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're very lucky that Aetheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out this way because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous. I cannot wait to see more of it. Words. Words. Words and reading. On this occasion, it would behoove us to seek the counsel of those qualified to do the things you just read. This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where is the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek to be found at Myriad Agronomics. As I imagine Singing Way and others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus, would thou be so kind to escort? Yeah, let's go. Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully, I'll be able to see firsthand. Oh, you know what? We got these grapes. They're delicious. You're going to love them. Everyone talks about these grapes. Everyone. In fact, they don't stop talking about these grapes. It's like these grapes are very important to them, and I feel like, you know, we need those on the moon. This is the place, yes. The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crops without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples? Yeah, let's go give Cooking Way food. Jebka. Hello, Jebka. Oh, what a fine mess this is. Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. And I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we can do down here, up there. First on the moon, then on whichever star the form decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Do you want to go to the moon? Oh, do you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. No matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment. So many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, it's not what you came to talk about, is it? Not quite so dire, I assure you. We really wish to sample a little of your produce, if we may. By all means, help yourself. Much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin? You're going to want to try these grapes. Everyone loves these grapes. Loves them. Like, too much. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes? Let's see if they're as delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar. Though far from unpleasant, yes, I think I'll try another. That's the most I've ever heard anyone describe grapes. Ever. Ever. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought. Though a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot, but tell me, what's your opinion of grapes? I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice bunch. Hell yeah, everyone loves grapes. Yes, they are rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them make intoxicating beverages, as I recall. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Orange by name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Urian J about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter? This is all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turn your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are in my estimation. Let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any vegetables. Let's see what's in that field over there. That texture! Like some sort of enormous round carrots? No. In any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Ugh, it's so hard and flavorous. I may as well be chewing a piece of wood. That all but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as godly carrots, goodly carrots. Stop! Can't you see they're pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find that an awful bother? Far from it, cooking is a joy unto itself. What's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. Above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder, though, if there's anything even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder? Is it a lemon? What wondrous fragrance! With luck, it'll have a flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. Why they do this? Why they do this? This poor guy. He's just trying to sample stuff. This is like when you watch a little kid eat a lemon for the first time. Oh, boy. My tongue! Is this poison? A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Ugh. Ugh. It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I'd best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges, less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon, the deceiver. I feel so violated. First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave the bad taste in your mouth in more ways than one. So I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. Doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spurn this opportunity to... Oof. Could have sick him up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin, do your worst. Oh, that lemon muffin got him. This is delicious. Ooh. Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes. The same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal. Sometimes, that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over what was worth preserving, and will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we're to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Hydaelyn sees in your kind. Mankind that operates? We were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly, its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. 'Tis the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect. To be content with what we have and to make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins. Cooking way learned and moral? Pardon my Orsian, but what the seven hells are you on about? And who are you anyway? Cooking way at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. Don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Atheris' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I look forward to it. Well, this has been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if Irion J and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? Carrots! Okay, so I need to go back down. Get in there and swing wildly, JC. Out of control. This is out of control. I can't even tell what's happening. There's too many toads. There's too many toads. This is too many toads. This is too many toads. This is far too many toads. This is way too many toads. This is too many. I can't tell what's happening. I'm just trying to run out of the AoE circle so I don't get hit. I'll take it. That was an easy 230,000. At some point I have to do... Where is it at? Do I have to do this? Tree data. Ugh. Is shared fate a thing for this expansion as well, or is it just the next one, or just the previous? Well, so I gotta do all that then. Great, lovely. That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? The Far East has oodles of noodles. Limsa is home to the Culinarians Guild and many less savory establishments. I like that one. Would that I had time to visit. The more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Heidelin's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way. There is. Stick with me, kid. I'm about to save the day. Oh, there you are. The others finished talking about raid making once and yet. Not to rub it in, but we had the most fantastic time while you were away. Orange was able to obtain all manner of meteorological data for us to pore over. I'll be sure to put my newfound knowledge to good use once we return to the moon. It's my duty to make your journey as comfortable as possible, though there's no telling how long it'll be. 100 years, 1,000, probably closer to 5,000, give or take. Where have you and Cooking Way been? If the two of you hadn't... the two of you have been engaged in pursuits of an educational nature, you'd have taken me too. I am the leader, after all. Little, I trust thy time and myriad agronomics did bear fruit. Urianger, you bitch. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them, and does for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlian Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every labyrinth there, should further questions within my power to answer arise. Oh, growing way. Oh, growing way. So this reminds this part of Endwalker reminds me very much of the part in Shadowbringers when you get to like the mining quests. You know what I mean? And I know exactly why they're doing it. I know exactly the flow of this. It's the same flow they had with the trolley. Basically, so if you look at the flow of the expansion so far, it's been like plot, 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 dungeon, plot, 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 right? But every expansion, what they do is they have like major event. And the last things that happened were major events, right? We literally had like a go back in time, do a thing, major event, end with a dungeon. And then what they do is after each one of those, they have a pause. And this is that pause that like, if you are a person who is, I don't know, let's say like JP, where you're like, I'm gonna beat this game in a day, you know? You're gonna hit a point where you like this, where all the like adrenaline of everything you've been doing is like, oh, we have downtime now. And this is usually probably the part where people log out for the first time if they've been like roaring through the game. Because they don't want you, you know, basically so it doesn't get like clogged in one area. Does that make any sense from a game design perspective? So there isn't like, yeah, there's like a downtime. There's like, you're like, okay. Yeah, and then it's like, okay, I think I can log out here, or I can do this, or, you know, I'll come back to this later, that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's, you know, basic game dev. that operates one for activities and stimulation, but I struggle to conceive of how to busy them whilst we wait.
Oh, no, there was nowhere particular I was hoping to go. I simply wish to hear, to see, hear, feel, and think as much as I possibly can while we're here. What does that look? What did I say?
Why did I not think to ask Jebka how to make carrot muffins? We could have had baked goods bursting with happiness.
The moon was ever so delightful, and with so much information I can fine-tune the moon's environs.
Boy, it's one of those days. It's definitely one of those days. I can't read it all today. I sneezed. We had that sneeze at the beginning of the stream. And I, have lost my brain. I think I lost brain cells. That sneeze sundered my eyesight.
That was ever so delightful. And with this much information, I can fine-tune the moon's environs for your people's comfort.
It's surprisingly tricky to estimate the appropriate temperature settings for beings so lacking in fur. What's up with you?
Yes, little. That was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environment data for Theris at Logisticon Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely, so leafy. Are all your forests like that?
Usually the forest is the first one was purple. Let's say, they're verdant at least. Yeah.
Gasp, I say! With the star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little.
Not at all. Their works are no less worthy for their uniqueness.
I thought I heard tiny voices.
Thancred. How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the Form's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. And we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden.
Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored that you think me so capable, but I'm not sure I'm up for the challenge.
Nevertheless, I believe in thee.
If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try.
I passed someone moping? Yeah, in the western side of the plaza. It looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him. 'Tis as good place as any, come. Hurry on, Jane, his little tiny rabbit kids. I can't believe this is where we're at. This is where we're at. You best go with them. I don't think Arion J misjudged him, but Growingway does look like he could use some emotional support. As though void's complete elsewhere, I trust I won't return to find any Labyrinths in tears. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me? Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us of thy troubles. Oh, those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say the ship? It's the sum of decades of Charlene ingenuity. That it's built with peerless, elegant technology is all true, but I know that none of that's a guarantee. We never before launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown into the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will board for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us, then what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart in the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the ether burner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but, well, maybe you could tell me if there's any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I'd advise a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, yup, to regulate the environment, but what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we left the star? Ah, gravitation. Maybe I can be of help after all. There is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places. And then the nerds talked. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet, if Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Labyrinths to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is not we like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of the theorists and learn more about them while we're at it.
Yeah, let's fucking go! Rabbit power!
Full glad I am to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Little, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray, seek thee out the distressed and apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable operate. Don't worry, I'm on it.
Oh, I do so look forward to that. A place for every labyrinth and every labyrinth in their place.
Alright, so we got a guy right over here. Skadoosh. Damn, that was a jump.
Apologies, but I'm waiting delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait.
Alright, Gleaner, fine. Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we can make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forum, they only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the sea of stars on God knows what made by God knows who. They're all over there. They're rabbits. You mean to say that I can speak to them directly? Amazing! I hope they like questions. Worries. No, I believe I'm fine, thank you. I've been confiding in my colleagues and it helps a lot. Can't recommend it enough. This researcher has all the support she needs. Is anyone bothering me? Well, I've been loading cargo for bells now, so my back feels like a void set played it as a piano. My feet and knees as drums and cymbals, too. Dude's fine, he just needs a break. Well, JC's, like, making judgments real quick. Yeah, that guy's fine. Just leave me to my misery. The forum can appoint someone else. I apologize. I simply don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under pressure? You know, a starship pilot that might be able to speak with, truly? They're rabbits. Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. Aw, jeez. My face? What's wrong with my... Ow! Perhaps I'm a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna and only the proper fauna are brought with us to the moon. However, suitability of a few species is still under debate. And I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment up there. I got rabbits over there, don't worry. Including the Labyrinths are in discussion. It's a wonderful idea. I absolutely will, thank you. I'm pondering. I lost my orb. Feel like it's got stolen now. A bunch of kids on the internet are making memes about my damn orb. Consult our collaborators, I suppose. That would be more effective than sitting here brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips. Should the ether burner make our original estimates unfeasible, but there's simply too many variables. Yeah, no, go talk to the rabbits. They'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Don't stress. How might I help you? Whoa, naming way. Oh, what a lovely idea. I too noticed people becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. Now I need to track down 100 or so cups. But don't you worry, I can manage. Yeah, all right. Jeez, lady's doing better than me. This area is surprisingly clear of people. Never mind. Jessame mucho. Mammoths, unlike those made of flesh and blood, can actually keep secrets, which is why we employ them here. Blasted assistants! Where have they gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat, and I need to reconfirm that ether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, and it seems I shall have to do so single-handedly. I swear, when I find those assistants of mine... The Labyrinths are willing to help? Why didn't you say so? Well, at least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already and haven't slept in weeks, lazy sods. Ah, that guy's a game producer. I see. They have to go to the moon too, I suppose. Woo! 56 bunches of weeds in the ground, 56 bunches of weeds. Rip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weed in the... Ah, I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear! I was in need of a little break, you see, but then I found myself unable to relax at all, and so I went for a walk, and I noticed these weeds, and... pleasant conversation partners, and oh so fuzzy, goodness me, that does sound much better way to relax. That is not even the right guy. That's just a dude. Oh, you seem like you're having a tough time. Oh, by the gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is this what dying feels like? Take a breath, bro. Oh, do pardon me. I didn't see you there. There's no cause for alarm, I assure you. No cause for concern, even though we may need to depart at any moment, and if the hull I designed buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind, but that's highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Highly. Our visitors can help me triple check the structural flaws, you say? Whew, why, that would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. The end of the world is nigh, yet the work goes no faster. Schedules are such temperamental things. Feasible one moment, utter bollocks the next. And yet, I've never felt so alive. Beyond our help. You seem anxious and in need of being my last person. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities on the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and Kairugans, but to imagine every illness and injury that one might face in the great expanse is beyond any of us, saying nothing of the effects that living out there definitely might have on the body. The crew from the moon? Why didn't I think of that? I'm glad everyone's having a good old time. The density, however, it's fine to admit you're scared, you know. Oh, I love them. In the long run, however, most of you won't die. I love them. Little, he said he was glad we spoke and he thanked me. It was all worth it after all, wasn't it? Even the mistakes we made, because now we can tell him what not to do.
Behold, little. Through thine efforts, word has spread throughout Labyrinthos, verily to a far greater number than we anticipated. Giving way doth garner more labyrinths as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine intentions, watch over them, I prithee.
I see, alright.
Put yourselves in jail.
Okay, cheese and crackers.
We're done real good here today.
Phew! Oh, finally some rest. Why, I haven't spoken so much in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
That's our pilot!
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that, were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Oh, this is going to be very sad. Oh no.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others.
You always were a giant nerd.
Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
It got her. It got her.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But Watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
That was beautiful. But also, I like to think that once that conversation ended, everyone was like, all right, nothing else to see here, I guess. And they all just walked off together. They all just kind of like left together. They're all like, all right, whatever. That was beautiful. I'm glad we got that wrapped up. I did not expect... You know what? I should have. They mentioned this at the beginning when you first get to Charlian, and then like he's like, don't worry, I couldn't bring myself to go see them. But that was pretty funny that like at the end everyone just walked like, all right, I guess that's done, let's go. Remind me to invite Urianger for a drink when we have a moment to breathe. We're long overdue for one. We can raise a glass to Moonbreeder. Goodness me, I've never felt like there was too little time before. There are so many people to talk to, so many things to learn. We spent so long gazing at this star, wondering and hoping. But to be here now, to walk among the people, be part of their lives and know that we made a difference, that's so much more than I ever dreamed. I love their doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I assure you that my fellow Labyrinths are equally excited to have this opportunity. They were humming the whole way here. I was too busy asking questions about a theorist that I never thought to ask more about Urianger. Oh, I'd like to, but where to begin? Oh, you must be one of the Scions, correct? Yeah, little JC, #1 Scion. Thank you for caring for my daughter. Yeah, no, look, I have a problem where I stand and watch shit go down, and then only after do I prevent shit from happening. It's a problem I've had for 5 expansions, technically 4, and I've let villains walk away, lady. I think I need a hug. Urianger is too, I'm sure. And I certainly feel better for knowing he has good friends to look after him. Look after is all I do. I look, and then after I do, and then I will do something after. See? He comes home from time to time, will you? Classical Rogadan language isn't so different from Eorzean. Did you ever wonder why we named our daughter Moon's Bride? When I first held her, the moon was shining silver and full. The whole world seemed to glow. I knew it had chosen her, and she would be a beacon of that selfsame light. Of course, we'd later hear our fair share of jokes about how we ought to have gone for Sun instead, with how bright and stubborn she was. But fiery as my Moonbreeder was, she was always kind and gentle. Oh, little, be assured that I am fine. I am full glad to see them too, after so very long. Gladder still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced them alone. Don't worry, there were a lot of people present. There were many people present. Also level 89, look at that, look at that. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to Labyrinths. Not disposed of rest on their laurels. Ooh, reading it's difficult some days. Some of our guests were elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsel, and so I shall remain to aid them as
as need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alice. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out the west gate. I could go myself, but we know whose help she's less like to scorn. Not to mention that, much of my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Till later.
Two more quests! Oh, man.
I'm doing these. Ooh, and a necklace. The lad in Labyrinthos. What? Oh, what am I to do? Ah, you're that adventurer who helped out the students of Baldessian, aren't you? I suppose it matters not to you. My son seems to have run away. I thought only researchers lived here. Yes, simply put, my wife and I work at Emporia, and she happened to conceive whilst we were living here in Charlie Hamlet. I assure you, we had many sleepless nights wondering if we should quit our jobs and leave Labyrinthos, or entrust the child to a friend of ours who dwells somewhere more suitable. Ultimately, we decided to continue our work whilst raising a child here. After all, our research is focused on the very future that our offspring will inhabit. The issue is, however, that the magic that prevents us from revealing anything confidential is too potent to be used on children. Of course, we can't allow the little one to roam freely, so hunt him down! Alright. Thank you. Verpalane is what we named our kid. It's not great, but it's the name we chose. Is it Jezame? No. It's just a gleaner. You know, hey, hold on. Mommy, me. Mommy, me. All right.
Oh, jeez, you're the visitor from Charlie, aren't you? You do have the worldly look about you there. As a gleaner, I do have journeyed far and wide. Tell me, where's the farthest you've ventured?
All the way north. Oh, another world. Yeah.
Is that meant to be in jest? The look on your face tells me you're serious there. Aye, you should do nicely. You see, I need more experienced traveler to say a prayer for me before I leave for Kiribati. If you would do me the honor, the reactor operator by the tower to the south is a lantern crystal. Prepare for that purpose, okay? Go pick me up a sixer of Molson while you're at it.
Cease.
I don't know about that. Sometimes once you pop, you just don't stop when it comes to the accent there. You know what I'm saying?
Are you here for the crystal? I hope it does some good for that cleaner. Those folks need all the luck they can get. Lanterns light the way through the darkness. A tool which can mean the difference between life and death. They are synonymous with safe passage, and as such, it has become custom in recent days to imbue the crystals inside with prayers of a more seasoned traveler. And today, the traveler is you. Pray to this crystal. Sure. I pray to the... That prayer squat was amazing. Strong emotions. Yeah. You gotta have your Akasha in there. You gotta put that Akasha up in there. Now you probably say, how do Lalafels pray? Well, since they clearly don't have knees. Flop. So funny.
Oh, that's so funny. What? So they're in there somewhere? This kid's in here? Well, they certainly made this a pain in the ass to get into. Oh, never mind. Hey, kid. What? Who are you? I'm running away. God damn elf children. It's always elf children who run. Stop running! Dude, I just want a crystal. I don't even care about you. Oh, so you don't care if I go home at all? No, I just literally leave after I take you back. I don't care. I just want this crystal. You probably won't believe me either, but I noticed that all is not right in Labyrinthos. Why don't you try telling me first? Fine. I shall tell you what I've seen. The color of the artificial light here changed recently. What? I'm sure most people haven't noticed, but when you've spent your whole life here, the difference is like night and day. Even so, no one will take me seriously when I bring it up, all because of my age. Got into a big fight with Father about it. But Labyrinthos is in danger. Who knows what would happen if the artificial sun broke? That's why I can't go home just yet. I need to get to the bottom of this first. Although, I'm scared to venture outside of town. They say that there's countless monsters out there. I don't suppose you could come with me? Yeah, alright, sure. You don't need to pay me. Let's go. It's fine. I thought you were different from the rest, but now you're treating me like a child too. This is a proper deal, all right? You've got to take my money to make it... Okay, yeah, binding, great. Fine. Then it's settled. Oh, I didn't have to do it with you? Idiot kid. This is what you get for trusting adults. You have the lantern crystal for me? Yeah, here you go. You have my thanks. With your prayer fueling its light, I have faith that it will keep me safe until my return. And now I depart for Garabanya. Okay, thanks there. Have a good one, everybody. I'm off to Garabanya. Bye, dudes. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What were you... Someone said something about a quest in this area? What is this guy doing? What? 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 Excuse me, you there. You look capable. Could you find a missing carbuncle for me? Ordinarily, a carbuncle would never be without an arcanist, but this one was found alone roaming the wilds of Lanosia. And so I had it sent here for research purposes. I swear I took my eye off it barely even a moment and scampered off somewhere outside the hamlet. Seeing as it's far too dangerous out there for someone of my disposition, I was hoping you'd go look for it in my stead. You have my thanks. I don't think it could have made it out of Central Circuit, but it still leaves a wide area to search. Unreal. Unreal. Alright, yeah, let's find this guy. Destination of this object will not be displayed. Oh my god. Okay, hold on.